Hi, my name is Sarika Bhatt. The project I focused on was improving the paperwork filing process in the medical records room in a hospice in Ann Arbor. This hospice still uses paper for all documentation. Nurses, social workers, doctors, therapists, and volunteers have to take a packet of forms when they visit a patient, fill them out, then drop them off into the paper tray in the medical records room. Volunteers then have to file those papers. On average, there are about 200 papers in the tray per day. This is a basic SketchUp model of what the medical records room looks like. There is a desk as soon as you enter the room, followed by a cart that holds patient files. There is also a shelf that holds patient binders. Currently, there are about 80 active patients, which span the 4 shelves. There are also 2 filing cabinets that hold information for deceased patients. There is an extra cart that employees use to wheel around files from room to room. There is also a height adjustable desk between the shelf and one of the filing cabinets. The goal of the project is to analyze the current method of filing and recommend changes to improve the process. There are 2 tasks involved in filing. Task 1 involves moving patient forms from the tray to the patient files in the cart. This task is completed by sitting on the desk. Task 2 involves moving each patient charts and forms from the files to the binders on the shelves. This task is done on the height adjustable table. There is a cheat sheet stuck to the wall above the table to inform which form goes into which binder tab. This depicts a detailed list of each of the steps involved in each task. The methods used for analysis included my volunteer experience for qualitative analysis and MODAPs and time studies for quantitative analysis. My experience for task 1 showed that it was hard to find the patient names on the forms due to it appearing on different locations on the actual form. The cart with the patient files was overflowing, and the names of the tabs were hidden by other tabs, since it was not aligned diagonally. Time also got wasted looking for patient files as they were put in the back of the cart because they had just passed away. For task 2, most of the binders were overflowing and were hard to open or close. Volunteers had to check the cheat sheet above the table to file the forms in the correct tabs in the binders. The height adjustable table was too small to accommodate the binders and the papers. The table also made getting binders from the left side of the shelf hard as it was blocking it. A MODAPs analysis showed it took about 17 seconds to file one paper from the tray to the binder. That's about 56.7 minutes to file all 200 forms. About 15 time studies were conducted during volunteering. The analysis showed it took between 45 and 154 seconds to file one paper. This huge variation is due to the time it took to search for the name and the binder or the file, etc. The analysis yielded the following recommendations. There should be 2 trays with 2 corresponding carts, one for patients whose last name starts from A to M, the other N to Z. The tabs should be updated regularly to be diagonal to show all names clearly. On each form, there should be an area with the patient name and the tab they belong to for the binder. There should be a second binder as soon as one reaches capacity. The cheat sheets should also be placed above the main desk instead of the height adjustable desk. For layout recommendations, the height adjustable desk should be removed. The second cart should be used as a second patient cart. And all extra clutter on the desk should be removed, such as the pens, tabs, printer, etc. The room will look different for task 1 at different times. The first picture is when no filing is going on, the second picture when the volunteer wants to stand up and file, and the third when the volunteer wants to sit down and file. Each card and tray will have a label for which patient files belong in it. For task 2, the volunteer can sit at the main desk. Only one patient file cart needs to be next to the volunteer to put into binders. This will occur at the main desk where it's bigger and there will be no clutter. This is another view of what the main desk would look like for task 2. The search time involved in both tasks should be halved with the new recommendations. This means the total time to file will be about 24 seconds. That is about 175 extra pages filed in the same amount of time as the first layout. A MODAPS analysis shows it takes about 16.4 seconds to file one paper. This allows 8 more pages from the first layout. However, MODAPS does not really take into account the search time.